So, hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. Today we have Miss Angela Giles, who I have known since 2016. She is a lady boss. I'm talking a speaker, an author, a coach, and a marketing ninja. Okay, you didn't just start this last week. You have been a marketing ninja for over 25 years, right?
20, almost 22.
22, and you blew up on Pinterest. I mean, you were on TikTok before TikTok was even TikTok, pointing, dancing.
I know, that was crazy times. I'm not a dancer, right? Like you would laugh, but I'm like, hey, whatever you need to do, right?
Whatever you need to do. And I love that attitude. So you are here. I'm so grateful for you and our friendship. And I know that you have a lot of juicy gems because the people watching this, they want to know how to market and lead and then fill their coaching programs, their speaking engagements, and really have a huge impact on the world. So tell us some of your best marketing tips in
Wow. So
2024.
yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for 2024 is really truly like two things. One, well, there's actually three. So can I share all three?
Yes.
I think the first thing is to be completely yourself and not be afraid to plant a flag in the ground somewhere. Like, what do you stand on? What are your beliefs? Who are you? What do you think? It's okay to go against the grain. So, for example, if you're someone that really does not like to do content every day and you think and believe that you can do ads and say cut through the noise and save a bunch of money, then you can stand on your voice, if you will, and speak your truth, because you can be controversial and speak not necessarily against, but like maybe not agree with what's considered like everybody believes in your niche, right? Or in your area of expertise. And really it can start conversations. And so people will look to you. Well, what is Amanda going to say tomorrow? What is her viewpoint on this? People will come back and follow you day after day to get your viewpoint.
That's good. Can I ask you now, when I think you're making a specific point that you want to be controversial in your niche, or are you saying be controversial in the political agenda or in
No. I personally stay away from politics and religion online, and I made that choice years and years ago. And to me, that's just, I don't do that. That's completely up to you. I'm talking more just being controversial in your niche or area of expertise.
That's huge. Okay, so plant your flag on what you stand for in your niche, because I think a lot of people get distracted. We saw this in 2020 and they were putting their flag down, but it really repelled a lot of people, but it also attracted people. Okay, so that's I'm glad you clarified. Okay, put your flag down, take a stand for something, and really have a voice because people will follow. Okay, what's the second tip?
Well, I think the second tip is really about creating community and movement. People are so, I mean, when you think about what happened during 2020 with COVID and the pandemic and all the things, people were stuck in their homes. Now people crave community, even if it's, you know, your local community and your online spaces. Create that community, create that movement, create that space for people that agree with you, or sometimes people that don't agree with you will still follow you and be part of your movement because they like the fact that you stand for something. You give them something to talk about.
Right.
So it's really creating that community and that. And it, like for me, I have a Facebook group. I have a couple of Facebook groups, and I'm really building out those groups for a sense of community. But if you don't even want to do something like that, but you just want to create that space, that movement of whatever that thing is, where people, you know, you plant your flag, you stand for something, and then people, you create a movement around it or community around that, and really build that out and build those relationships. Because there's a statistic that came out from Google. It was a Google, I want to say it was maybe a year ago. And it was talking about how within the first 90 days of someone knowing your brand, only 7.04% will actually, you know, purchase. And then from 90 days to 2 years, it's about 44%. So when you, I know. So think about it. If you're out there and you're really doing a lot of the organic, for example, because I know a lot of you do organic. I mean, I love organic. I like ads too, but I love playing in the organic space. And you plant your flag and you're starting to build community and movement. It takes time to get that going, especially
Yeah.
if you start a Facebook group. It can be crickets the first 90 days to even 5 months, and then it starts
Right.
to take off, right? So you have to remember those stats, and that's across all industries. But if it takes 90 days for only 7.04, 7-ish to buy, then you have to realize that it's really in that 2-year time span that you can really convert much more. So you have to build build those relationships.
I love the reality that you're speaking,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the internet gurus out there will say, just put it in the microwave and you'll have a 7-figure business. But it takes time. So now I have a Facebook group. I've had it for years. We're just about 4,000. It's crickets in there. Granted, I really don't do anything, so that's my fault. But anyway, if you were to do things and you were going to build a community, like what kind of a strategy would you recommend for someone? A daily posting, like what, a weekly schedule, what would that look like? And are Facebook groups even that go-to place at this point?
I think Facebook groups definitely are a go-to place at this point, but you have to know the strategy behind them to really build it. So for example, for me, I know what the strategy is. I even hired a coach specifically to help me with the nuances, because I've built a 6-figure Facebook group. I've actually helped people build a 7-figure Facebook group, but that was, years ago. So I'm like, I bought and invested in some courses on what do I need to do? What are the nuances here today in 2024 that I need to understand and know to build out a 7-figure Facebook group? Because I'm building out 2 right now. What does that look
Great.
like? And it's an 18-month to 3-year play, right? It could be
Ooh,
less, but and then I also invested in a personal coach for 6 weeks that's all she does is Facebook group growth, because I wanted to understand, because there's sometimes that 2-degree difference, right? That will help you. So it's really about using other people's Facebook groups to help you grow your group is one way. Really getting the engaging going, hooking up a tool like Group Convert to when people put their email in to your questions, and not everybody will, but a lot of them do, to help build your email list. And
yes, emails, everything.
yeah, and
Group convert
engaging. Yeah.
and
So,
engage.
mhm.
So do
Get
you
in
have
your
a daily theme or?
Yes. So I have a daily threads. I have places where people can promo. I ask questions that get people to answer. I do a lot of polls. I'm constantly in there doing things, doing a ton of engaging, and then, making offers. Don't be afraid to sell every day. Like, show up. That's not your only thing, but it's okay to make an offer, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's
Like,
going to help them. That's the whole
right.
point. Instead of just being a freebie dollar store Dons, it's like, well, let's take some action, move forward. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm loving this. So do you name your tribe? Like I've sort of come up with the name Goals Girls or Goals Girls. Do you have a name for your tribe? Or in the past I had Freedomistas.
So I am in the process of changing my name right now. So like one of my groups, well, I'll just share one. So the one I'm changing the name, I'll wait because the name is coming in like the next couple days. But one of my groups is called Women Supporting Women, um, Professionals and Entrepreneurs. And I run that group with Galit Ventura Rosen in a business that we have called Everyday Woman. And that group is incredible. And it's the everyday woman. It was built for the everyday woman to find support and to like rise above. We all need to collaborate and go together. And we started building that in 2020.
That's nice.
And then
Because
from
everyone can
there,
relate to that. It's
yeah,
not like $1 million businesswoman. It's like I'm an everyday woman.
yeah, we're all everyday women. We all have things we go through and we need help on and we need to get support on.
That's so good. That's really good. So helping, and I like the idea of that support and collaboration
Mhm.
versus competition and real connection. And okay, so tell us, what's your third marketing tip?
Okay, so I talked about community. I talked about, I think my
Flag in
third
the ground.
marketing, is to really truly pick one platform and become like, the queen of that platform. So if like for
Yeah.
me, I'm really focusing this year, one of my big focuses is growing my Facebook group, right? That doesn't mean I'm not going to do other things, but that's my big thing. And then I posts and on my personal Facebook, but then I use AI and other tools to push out my content to other places. But my main focus is my Facebook community and my personal page,
Yeah.
right? Because if you try to be all everywhere, it's really hard. So you need to utilize tools to help you.
So
And
what
then
are your favorite AI tools?
well, I mean, honestly, I love Chat GPT 4.0, but I use that a lot. I also, I just had a brain fart. Jasper. I love Jasper um, because they've made the content prompts so easy for helping with, like, for example, a Pinterest caption or Pinterest, um,
Okay.
names. I use like Hello Woofy to do a lot of my posting outside of Facebook, things
Never
like
heard of it.
that. Yeah, it's
Hello
really
Woofy.
good.
Okay. So
Yeah,
that will that disperse the content?
as much as possible. And I use Meta a little bit too, because there's also some platforms, social media platforms that you have to like, you have to hack a little to do like semi-auto, right? And some of it you have to do manual with, certain things. So, you have to be open-minded. I have had a couple clients in the past that they want to automate everything. And I'm like, well, certain platforms, you just can't do that, right? I
Right.
mean, like I post on Clapper, but it has to be done manually. I haven't found
Okay.
a tool that will do it. There might be one out there, but I haven't found one yet. So I have my team. So I do have, a couple people that help me and they post
Mhm.
manually on it.
Okay. I love it. So posting consistently. How many times a week do you post? Because you do all organic. You don't really do ads.
I do ads occasionally. So you'll
Okay.
see that there's going to be some ads starting, here in maybe 60 to 90 days, Amanda.
Uh-huh. We have a
So
little something we're cooking.
yeah, yep, exactly. However, I do love organic. I think organic is great to test your offer at least first to get a
Yeah.
few buyers
Yes.
and then run ads. Now, I will say once you get to the point where you have more stability, say for example, like on Facebook and you want to go to other and really focus on really understanding those platforms, what you can do is use like Pinterest and TikTok to drive cold traffic because there's a lot of cold traffic there to Instagram, and then use Instagram stories and Facebook stories to nurture your audience more.
Yeah. So I haven't done much with Pinterest except enjoy it for my own self. What give us some Pinterest plays.
Oh my gosh, Pinterest is its whole nother like ecosystem. It's a big time suck to set it up, but once you do, it's a gold mine. I will say Pinterest, you have to think about it like it's it's just like Google, it's SEO driven. It really
Mm,
is. It's pretty
right.
pictures and images. So there's that. There's so much to unpack with Pinterest, but just a couple tips. One is really look at your images. So I was stuck around 200,000 views a month. And currently I do between 3.1 and like 8.1, depending on the season. Cause it can be seasonal for me.
In million?
Views a
Ooh,
month on Pinterest.
ooh.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
okay.
yeah.
Tell us this is hot and juicy. Okay.
So here's the thing. When I was at 200,000, I couldn't figure out how, like what I wanted to, what's the
Like your
word?
niche.
Well, I just couldn't figure out why I wasn't growing because I thought I was following all the steps. And one day I was at my sister's, my niece was graduating from 8th grade, and I was laying on the guest room bed and I was scrolling Pinterest and on my phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, my pins, the images, like the font, sorry, it's a little later in the day and I'm a little tired. The font, I couldn't read. I always put such beautiful, almost cursive, gorgeous fonts. I couldn't read it very well. And I'm like, no
Mm.
wonder people are scrolling by because they cannot read my font. So, as women, a lot of women, well, at least me and a lot of my friends love beautiful pictures and beautiful fonts, and it's just gorgeous. But
Yep.
then you couldn't read it. So when I started making my images not as cluttered and my font's easier to read, it changed the game for me. And then I started doing more keyword driven stuff. it was a huge game changer.
Keyword driven. Okay, so fonts, make sure the images are good. Now, and then is the play on there that you have these amazing photos, but then there's a caption in there that says, come and download my freebie or come to my website.
It definitely, I think in the caption, but it's also a lot of it, like for me, I drive a lot of traffic to my blog post, and then embedded in the blog post might be a call to action to download my freebie or book a call or things like that. I'm actually in the process. So I have it, in the next like month and a half is to revamp my Pinterest, because there's some things I want to do even better with it. Right. Because there is
Always.
also driving traffic. I definitely make money from it, but I can grow and scale that. Right. So there's a lot of different things there. I will also tell you that another thing that's really important is to, if you really want to grow your Pinterest, is to use Tailwind, which is Pinterest. It's like Pinterest, what's the word? Approved scheduler. Because
Okay.
inside there, it will schedule for you, but you also have communities that you can be a part of, where you can do, like, say you put your pin, someone else will repin it. And
Oh,
so it really
nice.
helps get your pins out there and in front of more people.
That's amazing. Because it's all about leads. It's all about eyeballs seeing you and coming back
Right.
to your home base and then being able to mail. Now, okay, TikTok, because you got me into TikTok in 2020, but I didn't do anything about it. But I've recently got into TikTok. Guys, you can follow me, Amanda. I think it's Amanda J. Moxley 1234. And I want you to give us yours too, because you have a lot. You have like 20,000 or something.
20 something thousand. So I'm Angela, ANGELAK, like just the letter K, S
Yeah.
as in Sam, Giles, which is GILES. And I'll look. I think I have
So what I was going to say about this is, while you're looking, so you gave
22.9.
22.9. Okay, so you give us some place. So I will celebrate that I have less than 500 followers, and I already got a 5-figure client from there.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Oh, I know. So I use TikTok, for those of you guys watching, I use TikTok as sort of my base, and there's fun and creativity and it's entertaining. There's not a lot of ads. It's not a lot of drama. I mean, there is, you can go down toxic TikTok, but I get the photo, I get the video, and then I bring it around the mountain, and I make it into a short and to an Instagram reel and into a Facebook reel. And I take it around the mountain. And to me, so give us some pointers on TikTok, and then I know we need to wrap up.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I think my pointers are really like what you do. I would just say, make sure you do keyword, like do some research to see what are the key phrases people are typing in, and use those in your captions, and also use those as, appropriate hashtags, because I think that's key for you. The other thing you can do, and this is a hack, is go find other people that are your competition. They're a little different. Look at what the videos they are doing that get a lot of play. Take those videos, go to SnapTik and have it download the video for you. Then take the video and go put it in Otter and get the transcript. So you can really see.
Hold on. That was a good play. Go to your competitors, download the video to SnapTik.
Yeah, SnapTik is a free, you grab the link, right, and put it in SnapTik. It's a free thing that will download the video for you from TikTok.
Okay.
Then you take that video, and then you can get Otter. And Otter, you have to, I think there's a free version, but I pay $30 a month for unlimited, and you can upload the video to Otter to get the transcription.
And then you model that and get their keywords.
Yeah, you can get their keywords. You can just sort of see what they're saying. Of course, you don't want to copy it. That's not the point.
No.
You just want to get the
That'd be
flavor.
weird.
Yeah, and then do your own thing.
And is it very important in TikTok to have a niche?
I think some people say there is, and some people say there isn't. There's a lot of people that have done really well with, just sharing their life and sharing their hobby or whatever, right? And then they monetize that. For me, like, I talk about marketing, marketing and sales, because that's what I do.
Yeah. Well, you have to go see it. Let it be a mystery.
Yeah,
but
I'm gonna go check out.
I do a combo of I do talk about faith. I'm not afraid of that. Not like you're afraid, but to me, it's faith. I love talking about God. I like Today I'm going to
Good.
do one on prayer. So it's like I do faith, and then I do family, I do fitness, I do fun, and then I do marketing tips. You're more like speaking tips and strategies, and give some plays around that. Um, and the one thing this is what I like to do is, while I'm coaching my clients, if someone asks me a good question, I'll put my phone over here and I'll film myself answering the question, and then I
Oh,
repurpose it.
that's smart.
Yeah, so and then I put that into, it's called Captions. It's an app, and it's called like the like so this is me talking to my clients today. Oops. Wait, hold on. This card changes. Life happens. The dog gets sick, the kid gets sick, the grandma comes to visit, whatever, or you're tired. And so the key is, I think, is this concept called intentional resting. Write it down. This is me answering. I will tell you, I use an Instagram filter, because I certainly look a lot better than that. So
So funny.
I finally learned what they are. So I actually filmed it with an Instagram filter, because here's what I look like without an Instagram filter. I mean, I love myself. To your point, we have to be authentic. But here's what I look like without an Instagram filter. And
I
just
think
look
you're beautiful.
Jane Fonda.
Oh, okay.
I think that
Anyway, I love it. But I'm just saying at this point, sorry guys.
I was so upset.
Okay, that was me doing a podcast. So what I'm saying is, you're amazing. These tools are amazing. Strategies are amazing. Where can we follow you? How can we opt into your world?
Yeah, so you can go to Angela Giles, giles.com is my website. You can follow me on Facebook. What am I on Facebook, Amanda? I'm so funny.
I am Angela Giles.
No, I am, gosh, Angela K. Giles. So Angela with a K, then Giles, Giles. And then,
There it is.
I'm everywhere, all over social media. If you go to my website, you can find me everywhere, or find me through Amanda.
Yeah. You are the best with your engagement and talking to people. Like, you're awesome. So I appreciate you. I hope everyone found value. I would say, what would be your last final advice for people who are wanting to attract clients through marketing online? For
Just,
free.
use organic strategies, focus on one strategy, one platform to start with, and just become the queen of that place and that strategy, and get really good at it instead of being like all over. Because sometimes when you are all over, then you just can't focus and it just becomes too much and you can burn out.
Yeah. Do you recommend people go to where their ideal client hangs out, or where they really feel most at home?
I think you have to like really think through that, because if you go where you feel most at home, but your ideal client's not there, then you're not going to have a place to attract your ideal client. So hopefully you can find somewhere that makes you both happy. And sometimes also it's facing your fears, right? If you hate doing video, but video is the thing, and that's what your ideal clients are, and that's what they relate to, then, you really have to think about that.
Yeah. Face your fears and go for
Right.
it. Thank you, Angela. Give her hand, give her hand. Appreciate you. And be sure to watch the next video, y'all, and give us some comments in the comment section. Let us know what you liked about this interview, and what is it that you're going to work on out of these 3 pillars she gave us. I can't wait to see your comments. See you in the next video.